This is Master Kambai. You also know me from my multi-topic talk account. So today, what we are doing is the episode number 2 of the CEO guidebook series. Today we are covering our favorite mechanics, Andy. I hope you guys will enjoy. We have a fight I did, the replay I did, the background. Let's do this. The weak part about Andy is weak day to day. He has no day to day, and having no day to day in this game is a weakness in itself. Because the moment your opponent has a buff somewhere, he will have better units than you. I also should say that if he had any sort of buff on anything, it would be probably broken, because Andy is a really good CEO due to his power and super. However, if I were to rework Andy, I would give him the same day-to-day as Rachel, being repair +1, and I would also add up this. The extra repair should be 3. So this means you repair 3 instead of 2 for the price of 2. And in the long game it will be broken, and it will make Andy much more strong, I guess, much better, more fun, more everything. Now, it won't be not balanced, because people always has the option to kill Andy units, and if you kill Andy units, Andy won't really benefit from that extra free repair he's getting. Now, with that being said, let's speak about the true Andy, the one that has no day to day. His power gives him 2 HP to all of his units, a casual buff of attack and defense to all units, just like any other seal. So here that does not really change. Now for 3 stars, some people will say it's underwhelming, and it's true, but it's also balanced. Because if you make it 2-star, it becomes really broken. Because some people say global damage is OP. This is true. You know why? The opponent loses 20% of his army, and if he has any units on building and he repair, his money will be drained. Now in any case, 20% repair on all units means you gain 20% of your army. That means you recovered 20% of your army, and you did not spend physical money for that. So this is really good and underrated. So I feel like 3 stars, it's fair and it's a good power to use. Now, the big thing with Andy is his super. His super is what makes him tier 3. Because without his super, he would probably be tier 4 for not having any day to day. His super is really impressive. His super gives 5 HP to all of his army. This means it restores 50% of your troops. You also gain extra space, you also gain extra firepower, and extra defense. And I also believe he has extra power on top of the buff everyone have. So instead of having just like plus 10%, he probably has plus 20 in Advanced Wars by Web. If you play on the Game Boy Advance, it's 20. It's 20%, but not everyone get the same buff. Anyway, if you get to choose between the super and the power, the super most of the time will be better. I say most of the time because you see, if you only got 2 HP removed from all of your units, don't waste your super for that, use your power. And the best way to counter Andy is to finish off his unit. Destroy each single unit you see. Now, I also have some strats if you end up against Andy and you are a global damage character. Now, maybe I will get 8 from that, but hear me out. If you are Andy versus Olaf, don't hesitate to use Winter Fury against Andy. Now everything stays in the timing. Don't use Winter Fury just for the global damage. Use Winter Fury with a push. When you know you can do a good push and your super is ready at the start of your turn, do it. Now, I know Andy will repair, even if he only has his power. But the thing is, if you push with your super, yes, Andy will recover, but he won't recover everything. Plus, if he had units on base and city, you will drain his income. So, what I must say, if you're Drake, Olaf, or Unc, don't use your super at the end of your turn. Use it at the start of a turn. You are sure to do a great push. Now, I must speak about another strat about Andy. If you know your opponent is skilled, don't rely on your super. Because if your opponent is skilled, he will kill your unit. So if you see you have damage here and there, not a lot of damage, just a bit, use your power, don't be afraid. Because you see, your power gives you buff, defense, and attack. It also gives you 20% of the losses you got. So don't be scared to use that Andy power. Even if Andy's super is amazing, don't be scared. So, right now Andy on Advanced Wars by Web is tier 3, and I totally agree with that. Andy is a fun CEO, I like him a lot, but he cannot go any higher. He cannot be tier 2 material because he has no day-to-day. And among the tier 3, I believe with Sonja, he is probably one of the best tier 3. Sonja and Andy are great tier 3. And Advanced Wars by Webs consider Rachel, Kindle tier 3. I don't. Rachel and Kindle should be tier 2. But that's another topic for another day. So Andy, very easy CO to play. Don't be scared to use the power even if the super is better. Like, the super is much better, but as I said, the power is very underrated. People think it's a bad power because the super is just amazing. So I hope guys enjoyed episode number 2. Next week we review Olaf. So I hope guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see each other in future video. Have a great day.